There's like this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new data point that sounds like making proof for not alone universe. UFO rising, descending over the dome of Jerusalem.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and today it is November 22nd, 2025. Glad you could be here. Tonight we're going to talk about some things in ufology that'll make you go, you ever go, Do it with me. Juicy fruit. I feel splotchy. My allergies are kicking my Ashtonian today. This eye has been itchy all day. Like, I try not to touch it, but man, you just have to do the itch. So I grab and then I go, and then I put the eye drops in, I go, So here we are on Saturday night. I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. I did want to touch on a few things alien in nature. I feel in my heart that there's probably no chance in hell that aliens would ever coexist with us here on Earth. And there's a few reasons. I'd like to tell you why, brother. Is that the Macho Man? Oh, yeah, brother. I've been practicing my... Let me tell you something, brother. You know when the Macho Man talked in a low tone? I'm getting that. It makes my throat itch, though, so bad. Phlegm. Let me tell you something, Jack. I'll get there. I got a ways to go, but in the middle. No, I don't got it. We've got an exciting show for you this evening. I did want to talk about Three Eye Atlas Never, so we're not going to talk about Three Eye tonight. But we will be talking about The Age of Disclosure. Have you seen this movie? I want to say this right now and just get it out. You don't need to watch this movie. Can I tell you why? If you want to watch a really good movie that blows away The Age of Disclosure, you can watch any UFO documentary in the last 3 to 4 years. This documentary was basically a transcript of what has been happening since 2016, 17-ish. Right? That's all. There's nothing new at all. It sucked. It was well made, but it sucked. No new content. Third Phase of Moon puts out better documentaries than that. I'm serious. They cover it just the same. But it's more exciting, I think. I don't know. My problem with The Age of Disclosure is the lack of something new. They had a chance to bring the bar way up here. And what did they do? Played it safe. This has got to stop. And if you bought that movie, you're a sucker. I saw it for free. I'm not going to say how. I saw it before it came out. How do you like that? Oh, that's what's missing, the fan. It was a nice brisk day in Florida today. It was a chilly 81 where I live, but 84 in some parts of the state, near record heat. And we're going to continue this heat wave until next Tuesday when a nice cold front and some rain comes our way. And it'll stay with us throughout the rest of next week, starting Tuesday. So enjoy the 84-degree weather, because next Tuesday it's going to drop to 72 and raining on and off for the rest of the week. We're going to love it in Florida at 75 and partly sunny with some rain showers. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Who's here tonight? What do you want to do? Who do you want to talk about? Oh, yeah. I want to show you a thumbnail. I was going to make this show tonight, and I chose not to. Oh, you'll see. Hold on. Oh, okay. I didn't. Let's do this then. Here's the thumbnail. It's coming out. I think I'm going to make a little mini documentary instead. I think it'll be exciting. This guy here. This was going to be the show tonight. Darcy Weir hates Americans and America. He's a UFO documentarian. He makes UFO movies. They suck. He actually told us this. He says Americans are stupid and easy to fool. Anytime that I see that I got paid from an American on my online accounts, I give the middle finger and say thank you. That's who Darcy Weir is. And believe it or not, he might be investigated by the FBI for mail fraud. Darcy Weir's the guy who striked my channel, and I fought it and won. And then he had Richard Dolan do it. But what he did, he doxed me. He gave my address to the haters, and I don't know if he did it, but they started sending me subscriptions to magazines, and I started getting them for like the next couple of years. And now my mail stopped, and there's been some shit going on with my mail, and some red flags were brought up, and I talked to the postmaster today, and they said, what we're looking at here is so suspicious. This doesn't make sense. And I said, what? He said, I don't know how to explain it. It's the jargon that we use, but for some reason, you're being red flagged, but you're not being red flagged for anything else, just from the post office here. I said, what does that mean? Well, if we see that the address is vacant, then we know not to go there, but it doesn't show a vacant address. It shows that you're still at the address. And then it was an emergency hold put on your account, on your address. And I'm like, well, I never did that. And I was there for over an hour. Yeah, it sucked. But can't really get into anymore. But when you mess with the mail, you're messing with the FBI. And that guy may be in a lot of trouble. Now, I don't know if it was him. All I know is he got my address, and 2 weeks later, I started getting all of the mail and some other stuff. This is the third time my mailbox has been stopped. Yeah, so it's him. And if it isn't him, well, he's going to have to give names. Not to me, to the FBI. And that's all I can say about that. Now, I was going to talk about it, like in depth, but I think I'll make a little documentary. I got to talk to the lawyers first on Monday. Ugh. Always something. And this is going back a few years, right? I mean, these guys are just so anal retentive on getting Gufon mad. We're going to ruin his life. You're literally ruining your own life by doing this to me. Idiots. Well, that's what they do. That's the left. Well, that's what he is. Yeah, he's a Democrat. Democrat. Big time. Yeah, well, okay. The thing is, we have to find out where the call came from. So I don't know if that's what they're looking at to see where they could backtrack. I mean, this goes back weeks. I don't think they're going to be able to. Sucks. I don't know, man. I'm just one guy. I'm just one guy. Like, they have bigger fish to fry than me. Than him, me. Yeah, me. Yeah, really. All right. All right. Today's Saturday, and I don't want Saturdays to be a traditional goof-on show. I almost went vertical tonight, but I said, nah, goof-on, maybe I'll do it next week. I didn't give any warning I was going to be doing that, so I didn't do it. But Saturdays for goof-on, I'm going to start doing the vertical stream, and the only reason is, it's the only way I can get subs. I'm at 14,068. And then tomorrow it'll be 14,064. And then the day after it'll be 14,062. Then it'll be 14,068 again. Never goes past 14,069. Never get to the 70. It's staying in between the 60s. That's how I know. Shadow banned for some reason. I thought all that shit was done, but it isn't. The UFC was on early tonight. It was on, it started at 10 a.m. I thought it started at 1. So I'll have to watch the first 3 hours tomorrow morning. But it was good for a non-pay-per-view event. Every Saturday they have the UFC, and then one Saturday a month they have the pay-per-view. It kind of runs like that. Every now and then there'll be a Saturday where they have off. But every Saturday is so much fun for me. I look forward to it. All right. So let's pull up I got a lot of stuff to talk about. There it is. I like what we're going to be talking about tonight. I think this is going to be fun. All right, we didn't do roll call. David Wilcox. How you doing? Hey. Oh, hey. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Yep. Vertical looks like crap, but it's the only way I can get subs, and once a week isn't going to kill us. It also gives me a lot of views. Now, when I do Rich Saves America, I got 183 subs yesterday doing vertical and 78,000 views. With GoofOn, I had 6 subs and 5,000 views. I don't know why. We're going to break that cycle, though. I got to do the vertical stream once a week, they say. I got to do shorts every day. And I am. I'm going to try to do it now that I'm healthy again. Welcome to the show, Steve. You're right. It looks like shit. I hate it, too. I hate it. But I think I can beat it. I think there's a way I can do it and make it look better. I'm figuring it out. And Metalhead saying, is it political, Richie? You label people you don't like, either leftist or Democrat. You're damn right I do. How else are you going to know who's doing you wrong? How are you going to know if you don't label people? I'm labeled a racist because I'm white. Screw that. I'm going to throw it back at them. The lunatic left is what they are. And if you're part of that, I'm not sorry, but it is what it is. It stars in Night Vision. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. UFO 91566. Welcome to the show. Jeanette, how you doing, lady? Welcome to the show. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if I saw this, David. Let me pull this up. Mr. David Wilcox. Not Wilcox. Let's take a look. I'm looking at the link. Wow, no, I did not see this. What a great, thank you, David. Did you email this to me? Because I didn't see it. No. Oh my God. That is a great story. Thank you very much. We'll look at that. All right. Paris Diamonds, how you doing? Welcome to the show, PM McCorrick. Welcome to the Hey, Mitch. Welcome to the show, Mr. Mater. What's up, Dan Peters? Good to see you. Welcome to the show, Scruffy. What's up, Scruffy 45? Good to see everybody. Yep. Magnolia V12. Good to see you. Brian Yates, how you doing, man? Oh, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't, love you or care. It's just we got a lot of show to do, and well, that's my pitch. And then say, Tony, how you doing? And that's what I'm sticking to. All right. Man, I burned my throat with that regurgitation. So I'm going to get to that in a second. That UFO-like drones targeted police helicopter over airbase before vanishing report. Might as well go over that now. It's already been talked about. Let's pull it up. There it is. Thank you to David Wilcox, not Wilcox, for this cool story. See, if I was doing this on the shorts, on the vertical, you wouldn't be able to read it. Nobody would. All right, let's take a look. Oh, it's a video. Okay, let's take a listen. Maybe 2 minutes and 24 seconds. 3, 2. It won't let me skip it. Look at that. It wouldn't let me skip it.
Earlier this month, we told you about the Federal Aviation Administration's drone detection testing in New Jersey following a frenzy of sightings there and in surrounding states last year. Tonight, Pentagon officials are warning the U.S. military would be hard-pressed to defend the homeland from drones sent by foreign adversaries. National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin has details tonight.
Of course.
Should our adversary choose to employ drones for surveillance or even attack, we would not be prepared to adequately defend our homeland and only marginally capable to defend our military installations.
A top Pentagon official warning Congress the U.S. is unable to defend itself or its military bases from the threat of drones or UAS, unmanned aerial systems, which may or may not be sent by a foreign adversary.
We know that cartels have used UAS for unauthorized surveillance to assess our troop size, our movements, to solicit and enable attacks from other vectors.
That warning follows the FAA's 2-week drone detection test involving several large drones and 100 commercial off-the-shelf drones near Cape May, New Jersey, where unexplained drone sightings last December led to public frenzy and fear. U.S. Northern Command reported 350 drones were observed at over 100 military sites in the U.S. in 2024 alone. This year, there have been even more.
How many drone incursions have taken place over U.S. military installations over the past 2 years?
Yeah, so the exact number I'd be happy to share in a classified setting, but I can tell you that it has grown.
Shortly after taking office, the Trump administration declassified intelligence about the drone sightings in the tri-state area last December, saying most had been flown by hobbyists and all had received permission from the FAA to fly.
Under current authorities, what is preventing base commanders from neutralizing these immediately, in my opinion, going out there with a shotgun and shooting these things down?
I wish it were as simple as shooting it with a shotgun, but it's not.
Back in February, the general who heads U.S. Northern Command warned that military commanders do not have the authority needed to protect their bases and requested an expansion of authorities to outside the perimeter of the bases so they don't have to wait until the drone is over these sensitive installations.
What?
Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.
What? What do you mean? What are they doing? How can What happened? What's going on? Oh, I see. It's still going. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. Look at all this. What are we doing? I don't like it. Let's get rid of it. Get rid of it. Don't need. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Get rid of that. Sorry. I don't know why this just happened. But I really enjoyed that video. Now, what we know is nothing. They're just drones, right? Right? That's it. There's nothing special about them. Right? Right? They were just, that's what they're saying. They were just consumer drones. We have nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Meanwhile, we know that China has purchased a lot of land around our military bases in the United States. And Trump is looking to get rid of all that. Trying to, at least. I don't know how he's going to be able to do it if they bought that land legally. But they're like right on top of it. I mean, it's so obvious that these drone incursions are China, in my opinion. They're just afraid to say it. And now they're saying we can't defend? What? If they sent 100 drones, let's go more, let's say 500, right? How are we going to stop them all? And they're all carrying dirty bombs that could take out a full city block, cause a lot of damage, a lot of death. It's very scary. I don't like it. And we just saw that in November, December, and January, beginning of this year, as Trump was being inaugurated, those drones were all over the eastern seaboard. And there was nothing we can do, with impunity, as they say. That's real scary shit. Yeah, it's a new world. It is. It's a new world, and it's scary. It's scary. You know, I don't know how. Really, I don't know how. And all these years, we're able to stop the suitcase bombs from going off and all these other things that were supposed to be really bad. A lot of it never happened. You really believe the CIA's that good? Or was? I mean, we know what the FBI is now. Horrible. Kash Patel has got to be the worst I've ever seen. ever seen. The worst. And I know. And look, I don't like it. I don't like him there. Not only he's a liar. I don't like Pam Bondi either. You know, I like Tulsi. That's the only one, Tulsi Gabbard. But even then, what is she doing in that position? Really? I don't know. It's crazy, crazy world. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I think I just got bit by something. Hold on. God, I have sexy legs. You know, I really do. Sad. All right. I thought I got bit by something. All right. Let's pull this up here. Let's get to work. Thank you, David, for that article. But we're in trouble. We're in trouble. If that's truth, how many drones would it take from our enemies to dismantle the East Coast? Not much. And you know what they can do? 20 over here, 20 down a little bit. Every 5 miles, bomb, 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 right? All the way down to Florida, bomb, 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 peninsula, right? Right to the Panhandle, through Texas, through Arizona. They could just bombs all around the country. Then watch it all just fall inward. Yeah. All right, I have to show you this. This is great. I was supposed to start the show with this, and of course I didn't. I am such a Lou. Oh. I hope I make it. Hold on. I found it, I think. All right, yeah, this is what I wanted. So David Grush just dropped a bombshell today. Yeah, he says he's had firsthand exposure to non-human sentient beings, and their motives aren't all peaceful. Can you believe this shit? He also claims President Trump is fully briefed on UFOs and may eventually speak out. This story isn't slowing down. Oh my God, no! Bullshit. This is such a bullshit story. God. David Grush is ruining it. No. Hold on. This is what he said. This is what he said before I play it. He says, David Grush says he's had first-hand exposure to non-human sentient beings, and their motives aren't all peaceful. Until he said, and their motives aren't all peaceful, I thought maybe he had exposure to them when they were dead. But that sounds to me like he had exposure to them when they were alive. Why? Why is he saying this now on Fox? Well, shouldn't he be in a skiff saying this in secret? Why is he allowed to say this? You understand the lunacy that's going on right now? Why is he allowed to say this and couldn't say it in a congressional hearing? He didn't just, fall off the wagon and lose his mind again. Again. You like that? Unless he did. This is absolutely absurd. How can you have it both ways? This is great. This is just great. He doesn't say anything, but now he's going to say it on the... Oh, my God, you kidding? Yep.
Government. That seems to be the case. I don't like to characterize necessarily where they came from. They're definitely some kind of non-human sentience, but it is...
Good Lord. I'm already angry, and I haven't watched this. This is stupid. It's stupid in 10 seconds. Did you hear what he said already?
Government. That seems to be the case. I don't like to characterize necessarily where they came from.
I don't like to characterize, necessarily where they came from. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you know that is the most important question on the planet right now for you? How could you just blow it off? Where they come from? I got a story to tell. They just want to talk. They just want to tell their story. Facts don't make sense to these people. And don't be stupid. Don't fall for these lies. Let's listen to the rest of this guy.
They're definitely some kind of non-human sentience, but it is true, believe it or not, we've recovered the vehicles, and we actually have physical proof. And I was actually partially cleared into some of those activities. It was beyond oral testimony provided to me. I actually had partial access to the data and actually read the intelligence reports resulting from those programs.
Like with your own eyes,
Correct.
You saw it.
Yes.
And so when people say this is kooky, this is out there, there's nothing to back it up.
I don't speak for other parts of the government, but I can
give
tell
me
you
that guy's a
NASA,
dick.
which I speak for, is open and transparent with our data.
Do you believe what Mr. David Grush said, or is he lying?
Whatever he said, where's the evidence?
What do you say?
Certainly members of this current administration are very, very well aware of this reality. Certainly the current president is very knowledgeable on this subject, and I trust his leadership on it. And I think he's assembled an A-team cabinet, and I really believe if Trump wants to be the greatest president and the most consequential leader likely in world history, he certainly has the knowledge, the capabilities, and understanding of some of these sensitive government transparency issues.
All right. First of all, let me tell you what I know is going to happen. Sadly, rumors have been flying around, that Trump's life is in jeopardy, and it's always in jeopardy. But if you go by The Simpsons, that second week in December is going to be pretty scary. If he survives, let's just say Trump survives. If he does want to be the greatest president ever, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 3+ years. But wouldn't it be great if on his last day he says, there are aliens, and here's where you can find them, or something to that nature, on his way out? Sure, we might hear gunshots and other stuff go off, but other than that, he might do it. He might say that. He'd be putting his life in jeopardy, though, and his family's. I mean, what would he care? By the end of the term, he's 79 years old, right? 80, whatever. Pretty interesting.
I have access, and I speak to people about it. I've had actually meetings on it. People that are very smart and very solid have said they believe there is something out there. And, it makes sense that there could be. I've never been convinced, even despite that. I just, for some reason, it's not my thing.
So you think, one, he knows, and two, he's open to transparency on UAPs?
He certainly is very well informed on this issue. Leave it at that. I don't want to get ahead of what the president might want to reveal personally.
There's been a role to cover this up, you're saying, through administrations. And there have been people who have been threatened and told not to testify?
I was physically threatened even before I sent in my Intelligence Community Inspector General report under the previous administration. I actually had to go and seek legal protection that way because I was, literally in fear both professionally and in my personal life.
And when you mentioned in that testimony of recovering...
This is heavily edited.
...in the pilots or remains non-human... That's something that you saw as far as the intelligence with your eyes?
Yes. And it is a very uncomfortable, even for me now, as somebody who's seen it, experienced it, even talking about it, because it's so outside a normal person's worldview to understand that there is this biological sentience that have piloted these crafts that don't necessarily look 100% like you and I.
Were there pictures? Were there...
There were. Yes, there were.
When I said from another planet or from outer space, you said we don't know where they're from. Is it interdimensional? What are we talking about?
I've talked to a lot of, I'll call graybeards on the program. That is a subject of hot debate on origin. As a guy trained in physics formally as well in my background, I leave an open mind on what the origin is. Certainly, there is the extraterrestrial hypothesis, and they could be coming from elsewhere off Earth, but I don't usually go there because I did not see that data, and I'm not conversant in the high confidence theories that the U.S. government had.
I'm not aware of any remains that the department has of any signs of extraterrestrial beings or activity or technology.
You say we, the U.S. government knows, but there are many other governments around the world. Do they know?
They have their own programs, and like I said 2.5 years ago, we have been in arms race with our peer competitors, namely Russia and China, and they have their own programs in this regard. And I was actually able to view a body of intelligence that discussed adversarial programs, and I'll leave it at that.
We've recovered things, you say, bodies and physical remains. Was there a sense that the motive of how they got here, what they were doing, was it peaceful, not peaceful?
We've seen a mixed bag of activity.
Isn't that the perfect answer? We've seen a mixed bag of activity. This way it leaves the door open for all possibilities, good and bad. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just great, the way he did that? We're seeing a mixed bag of activity. Oh? Can you explain? No.
And motive and intent, why they're visiting, that's, once again, that gets into our assessments, not necessarily, we can't quite understand the intent of some of the sentience and why they're visiting.
That's a great answer, actually. I was hoping he would say that.
Could it be because we have interesting genetic material on Earth? We're a Jurassic Park tourist attraction for them. Could be a myriad of reasons.
For the other people who are
saying that we really don't know why they're here. Yeah, good answer. Because, if you did say you knew, how? That means you can talk to them. You see, they can't open up dialogue with aliens. It can't happen publicly. Once it does, then we know for sure they're lying, because they should give us answers if they could understand and talk to them. It's a very fine line these liars have to go through. That's why the lies don't make it. The truth will always surface with these stories
coming out. You say.
And here's some good news for those of you who feel the way I do about Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. I just heard my front door slam. Could it be? Maybe it was outside. Look at this. Trump is expected to fire Kash Patel and Pam Bondi after the midterm elections. Well, it does say it. Come on. There it goes. Yeah, he should. That's funny that's a... They did terribly. Terrible. Sorry. That Charlie Kirk, they screwed that up so bad. Anyway, David Grush talking, saying the same stuff. There's nothing new. Saying that Trump knows stuff? I mean, come on, man. Now they're going to try to pin it on him. He doesn't know anything. They're not telling Trump anything. He doesn't know. He acts like he may know, but he doesn't. They don't trust him enough to tell him. I saw somebody say that in the chat room. That's true. The elite, whoever they are, probably don't trust Trump to give him. I don't know. I think you can trust him, to be honest. I do. I think he's a trustworthy guy, but that's just me. I've never seen a president keep promises, though. I'm trying to get this to focus. It's just not. There we go. Come on. It's the lighting and all that stuff. It's weird. Let's do this. There we go. David Grush. I don't know why he's still talking. There's nothing. Well, he is the face. He's the face of ufology. As much as Lou. Sad. Nobody likes that movie, Age of Disclosure. They're saying the same thing I'm saying. It was well made, but there's nothing new. Isn't that awful? Why make a movie if you're just going to make a movie about the same thing over and over and over? Here it says perhaps the biggest name in the age of disclosure is Secretary of State Marco Rubio, the former senator whose participation helped open the door for other top officials to go on record when he served as the vice chair of the Senate Select Committee of Intelligence. In the film, he cites repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours. And we don't know whose it is, he says. Perhaps the biggest name in the age of disclosure is Marco Rubio. Oh, I already said that. All right. I'm just reading it. After hours, after the New York Times posted a very negative review of the age of disclosure, they published a credulous piece bolstering the film's importance, written by UFO enthusiasts Ralph Blumenthal and Leslie Kane. Isn't that nice? They suck. What happened to the New York Times? It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Hold on. Wait. Oh, they took the link off. I thought I was going to be able to read the rest of that, but they blocked everybody. All right. Oh, that's what happened at my front door. They delivered my protein stuff. So, The Age of Disclosure, My Honest Take by Skywatch Signal at UAP Watchers. So I finally saw it, and here's the truth as I see it. That's so funny. There's nothing new here. First thing he says. Yes, this is great. That's what I said. Yes, the production value is high. Yes, the lineup is loaded. Former Intel chiefs, senators, task force leads. But if you've actually been following UAP disclosure since 2017, this documentary is just the greatest hits reel stitched together with dramatic lighting. Oh my God. So that's exactly what I said. Because that's all it is. It's a history test. It's just a movie about what happened. They don't go deep. Nobody goes deep. Everything's on the surface information. We have NHI. We don't know where they are. We don't know what they want. We don't know how to follow them, chase them. None of that stuff gets exposed. None of that stuff gets talked about. It's all fluff. The whole movie is all fluff. It's all every I can't think. It was every news-worthy sighting put into this movie between 2017 and now. It feels big because they stack testimony on top of testimony, but testimony isn't new. The claims, crashes, the retrievals, biologics, reverse engineering, nuclear site incursions have all been said publicly for years. Same people, same line, same story. Same movie. Time to come up with something new. We're tired of it. That's why I got the best idea for a movie and it has to do with me. There's no new documents, no new data, no sensor logs, and no authenticated imagery. No hard evidence that moves this conversation an inch, in my opinion. It's designed to hit newcomers like a revelation, but for anyone who's been in the trenches, it's a recap. A polished one at that, but still a recap. Is it important culturally? Yeah, of course it is, but is it disclosure? No way. Not yet. We don't move forward until someone brings receipt, not just retells the story with the better soundtrack. Wow, I'm sorry, Dan. Perhaps I am not the target audience, but for me and many like me, this was nothing new. Wow. Wow. It's the same, said Sheila Calden. I've been following the phenomenon and the major researchers since the mid-'80s. Nothing new, other than the caliber of those saying it. That's true. The documentary it's made for the public, and that's made for the public that's totally unaware of what's going on. And in that respect, it's important. True. You are the target audience, someone willing to spend $25 on his film. Non-UFO people won't do that. This wasn't about disclosure, it was about money. Yikes. Well, if you spent 3 years of your life building something, wouldn't you want people paying for it? I did, and I gave it away for free. He did. Funny. Terrible. People suck in ufology. What the hell's going on? Can't even make a good movie anymore. Can't. Oh. Let's see what Fat Mord has to say. Yeah, from the Good Trouble show. Folks? Oh, boy. Anytime something starts out with folks, you know it's going to be long-winded. There is something special happening you should know about. The IO folks from the Legacy program, DODIC, are in overdrive on social media, responding to tweets and posts in order to derail the age of disclosure, attack Lou Eliganzo, Mellon, Jay Stratton, Dan Farah, and everyone in the film, with a focus on calling into question their credibility. This is what's sometimes called interactive internet activities. Know how to spot them. Copy and paste skeptical replies like extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Swarms arriving within minutes of each other. Accounts using similar tone and phrasing across multiple profiles. Sudden thread derailments using simplistic canned rebuttals, debunking as strategy. Efforts to reframe or minimize emergency testimony, information operations. Steering the audience into believing the person is flawed, unstable, or unreliable. Perception shaping. And will engage positively in a thread to earn trust credibility, then later in the thread will sow doubt later in the thread, i.e., I'm not sure about these claims, seems fishy, it's hearsay. Recognize the tactics, and the narrative won't control you. These people are paid to do this. It's their job. No, you cuck of a man. The Good Trouble show with Fat Mord. What a stupid man. That's awful to say. Saying that anybody who has an opinion going against the movie is a paid shill, is what he's saying. That's how delusional they are. You run ufology. Isn't that enough? Say something smart for once. That includes me, I know. Well, when nobody's saying anything smart, there's nothing for me to represent. Not my fault. Never let them see you sweat. But I am soaked right now. Amazing. God, they can't take responsibility for not bringing the evidence to light. They can't bring the responsibility to light. They can't bring the evidence to responsibility. It's true, guys. They make all these claims, and they want us to believe them. And when we question them, we're haters. We want to take them down, take them out. No. That's you. That's your tactics to put us in the sights and take us out like Charlie Kirk. That's your tactics, Fat Mord. That's your side of the barn. That's these guys. These two, right here. This is the enemy of the state. This is the enemy of ufology. These two. Rubio's not included. These two, especially this fat fuck right here in the middle. This doughy looking faggot. Yep, Lou Eligonzo. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to slip out, but it did. But that's Lou. That's how I feel about him. What can I say? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Forgive me. I just can't stand the guy. You literally tore ufology a new one. And he's laughing about it all the way to the bank. All the way to his restaurant, his bar. Good for Lou. I hope ufology paid him so good that he can retire down by the river again someday. Because that's where you'll find Lou in 10 years. See, Lou's a born loser, right? It runs in the family. You can't escape it. He's not a winner. He was put into this position because he's a loser. He never wanted to be in ufology. He hates UFOs. He never studied them. The guy has to say anything else. And then you go and attack people and fake who you are with sock accounts just because you're a pussy and can't stand up to your own crime of being a doxing fembot. I don't know. I don't want to say the F word again. Fembot. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. One of these days, these boots, they're gonna walk all over you, right? And then they start shooting with their boobs. A major escalation in the mystery drone saga and the UFO nuclear nexus. Dutch forces opened fire at mystery drones over Volkel Air Base, which hosts USB-61 nuclear bombs. You hear about this? Did we already talk about this? No. I'm waiting. Here we go.
Now, New Orleans is bracing for the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. According to the Department of Homeland Security, at least 250 Border Patrol...
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about, is it? The Dutch military opened fire at drones over Volkel Air Base in the east of the country, but no wreckage was recovered. The Ministry of Defense. That's in Amsterdam. Who cares? Security staff at the base reported the drones between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Friday, prompting the Air Force to fire ground weapons to take them down. Wow! Is that in this?
Agents will be part of, quote, Operation Swamp Sweep. Governor Jeff Landry, a close Trump ally, has expressed eagerness for federal intervention in his state, but local leaders are expressing worry. The mayor-elect saying she's been kept out of the dark about plans and is...
Yeah, I don't know. The drones left the area and were not recovered, the statement said. In recent weeks, a series of incidents involved unidentified drone flights have been reported near military sites in the Netherlands and neighboring Belgium. Both the Dutch military and civilian police were investigating, according to the ministry, which said it was unclear why the drones were flying above and around the airbase. No further details were provided, citing security reasons. Sleep apnea. I have that. I wake up every 3 to 4 hours. My throat's sore every morning. Because it means you stop breathing in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's bad. Next. Oh, here we go. I'm so glad I remembered this. Let me pull this up. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I wanted to play this. This is Dan Farah. He says his next project includes Jay Stratton's book. A series based on Stratton's UFO career. And he wants to do a remote viewing film. I don't like this guy at all now.
At the same time, I want to do more in this space and these adjacent spaces. Like I mentioned, Jay Stratton's book I'm working really hard on. I'm also going to develop a series based on Jay Stratton's life, which is this remarkable 16-year rabbit hole of investigating non-human intelligent life and UAP for the U.S. government. I'm working with some other people that are in my film on their life stories. And then the book I just told you about, that crazy remote viewing story.
Yeah.
I'm developing a movie about that.
Like a fiction, like a dramatization?
Yeah. Picture like the vibe of The Insider, the Russell Crowe Al Pacino movie, but with that story. Like that kind of vibe.
Who do you want to play that guy? Do you got someone in mind?
I have a few people in mind. Don't want to say too soon. There's a few people in mind.
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe would be amazing for it. And he's really into the topic.
Oh, yeah.
He's really into the topic. Yeah.
And he's only interested in doing interesting things now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's got all the money in the world. He'd be amazing for it. At the same time, I want to do more in this space and these adjacent spaces. Like I mentioned, Jay Stratton's book I'm working really hard on. I'm also going to develop a series based on Jay Stratton's life, which is this remarkable 16-year rabbit hole of investigating non-human intelligent life and UAP for the U.S. government.
Another fairy tale. This said this was a 1-minute video, and now it's going on for how long?
I'm working with some other people that are in my film on their life stories. And then the book I just told you about, that crazy remote viewing story.
Yeah.
I'm developing a movie about that.
Like a fiction, like a dramatization?
Yeah. Picture like the vibe of The Insider, the Russell Crowe Al Pacino movie, but with that story. Like that kind of vibe.
Who do you want to play that guy? Do you got someone in mind?
I have a few people in mind. Don't want to say too soon. There's a few people in mind.
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe would be amazing for it.
We already played this. What? What is wrong with me? It is a minute. And Jay Stratton's book. David Wilcox. Not Wilcox. Thank you for the PayPal. That was a really nice surprise, man. I appreciate that. And I got your message as well. I can't believe me. All right. I don't know, man. I'm losing it. Let me go back. Okay, here it is. Now let me go back and see what I did wrong. Okay. It's the UFO helicopter story I want. Where is it? Eh, it's not there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait, I thought I did read this. I did. I played this video. The drone risk. No? Is there another video? Because, oh, there is. Hold on. I pressed play. It's not. It's not doing it. Let me see what happens after this ad goes through. Hold on. I got it, David. I found it. Okay, I'm going to play this video. Metalhead, thank you for the... Oh, there's no vid, it's text? Well, then I read it. Thank you, Metalhead. Okay. I didn't think you were. I was just saying in general. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. Sorry if I made a mistake. But I didn't think I did. I know where you landed. You're an independent. Free thinker. Okay. So I have a video here that talks about near misses with drones. So let's go back and see if I got it right. I think I did.
Talking about the number of incursions into restricted airspace.
There we go.
Talking about all of the incidents, whether it's a wildfire in California or it's the drone, the aircraft that was downed in Kerr County, Texas, that, while there were still people missing, and the importance of implementing not just policy. The problem is right now is everything is about policy. We've got a policy that says you can't go above 400 feet. We have a policy that says you can't fly during TFRs. We have policies that says you can't fly in restricted airspace. And those policies have been violated over 1 million times. If you look at the aircraft that was hit in California, if you look at the aircraft that was hit in Kerr County, Texas, if you look at all of those instances in Miami, just recently over the Miami airport, we had a drone reported at over 3,000 feet in the air. We've had multiple aircraft on final approach at major airports that have had to deviate off of course and do a go around to avoid hitting a drone. We know policy alone doesn't work. But the reason that I was really speaking to Congress is now everybody's saying it's counter UAS. It's counter UAS. We need a counter UAS system. And what I'm trying to make everyone aware of, whether it's speaking individually to Congress, whether it's, I'm going to be speaking to the White House in 2 weeks, and some other very senior level agencies, is there is a step to get there. Here's the first thing. The first thing is we don't have awareness of our airspace. We don't have a common operating picture. We can't look at a picture and see all of the drones and all of the aircraft, manned aircraft, and say, here's who this is, and here's what they're doing, and here's who this is, and that's what they're doing. And unfortunately, I feel like there's been this somewhat of a knee-jerk reaction to, we need mechanisms to shoot down or disable the drones. And my argument, and I said it before Congress, was, there's 2 steps before that. The first step is, let's make sure that we know who's flying. Second is, let's implement systems that allow us to determine friend or foe or stupid. And so,
when I fly my drone, it sends out the signal because I'm connected to the FAA, and people can get my ID number and my name on an app that I have that locates drones in the area. So One day I was down at Bayport Pier, and a guy comes up to me and he goes, are you flying the Mavic Air 2? And I'm like, yeah, how do you know? He goes, we pulled you up on the app. You didn't know that we could see where you fly and everything? I'm like, no, show me. And he showed me. And I'm like, no way. And he goes, yeah, look at all the people we know. And this is where they're flying right now and everything. And I'm like, so I have that too. It's pretty cool. But drones in the public, flying near nuclear bases, military bases, it's not something the general public will do. I am not going to fly my drone near military bases. Number one, can I? Yes, I can. I can. What was I thinking? Not military. Military, you can. Airports. Like with the DJI Fly app. If I am within 5 miles of an airport, my drone won't go any higher than 50 feet. And it'll only go one direction forward for a few feet and then come back. It won't fly, basically. And you get a map and it shows you the circled area, the diameter of 5 miles away, and where you can fly the drone. Now, I don't know how people can bypass it if they're not connected through DJI or some other app that connects you to the FAA. You can just fly wherever you want. Now, if you have one of these drones that's under 250 grams, a small mini, the DJI Mini, if you have a drone like that, you don't need to be connected to the FAA. Do you know that? Isn't that retarded? If that thing falls out of the sky from 100 feet, it'll kill you. It'll kill you. It'll go through your head. I don't get it. But I doubt there's people out there. And here's what I doubt. Because all these drone incursions that seem to be happening doesn't seem like it's you, me, or a regular person. It seems military. Right? It seems like a black budget. It seems like some sort of operation. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Could it be Lockheed Martin testing out all of their new back-engineered technology? I don't know. Now, one thing we can't ever imagine. We can't imagine it. You just can't. Aliens and humans. I watched the movie They Live last night. I just wanted to see it. And if they were to assimilate, because apparently they live underground, right? Or in the oceans. That's where we're imagining they come from, the oceans. Why not? It's 70% the earth water, right? So why not go to the largest water desert you could go to and hide underwater, build your bases under the ground. I don't know, whatever technology they have that can make them be underwater, in the water, on the moon, in Antarctica, in space, whatever. But they can't share the planet on the surface with us. It'll never happen. And there's one simple reason why. Bacteria, viruses. They are so different than we are in every way imaginable that if they weren't indigenous to this planet, maybe, just maybe, they've been here long enough to where their bodies have acclimated to everything, the environment, the earth, the gravity, and all that. And then over generation, they can survive here. Maybe they crash landed thousands of years ago and couldn't leave. I don't know. But all I know is it's weird that there's UFOs every day being recorded. And not only that, on top of that, right? That's weird enough on its own. The alien abduction stories, right? Lights in the sky, they come at night. Remember Close Encounters, how creepy cool that was in the beginning? Houston, do you want to report a UFO? Flight 1025, do you want to report a UFO? No, I don't want to report one of those. Remember? That's how they started it out. UFO did a flyby. The UFO did a flyby in Close Encounters to the jet. Things that actually happened now. You know why? Because the historian himself was there. J. Allen Hynek was giving pointers to Spielberg and all those guys. What a great movie. That really set me in motion to believe in the alien hypothesis. It was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That movie did it for me. That movie drove me nuts. I literally thought they were real UFOs in the movie. I kept saying to myself, God, that looks so real. It's so real. What was I, 10? 9 years old? I wanted it to be real. They did such a good job with that movie way back then. In the theater, there was nothing like it. 200 people just like this. Not a sound. I remember that. That was fun. That was a good time. Seeing the movie, seeing in the theater like that. They had this movie theater called Cine Capri in Arizona, and it seated 300 people, and the seats were just plush, and the curtains opened up. It was a holy man. I saw Alien there, the original. I saw The Thing, the original there. Superman and Superman 2. Saw that there. And American Werewolf in London I saw there. That's right. Aliens. The second one I saw there. We saw a lot of movies in that theater with the family. It was a good time. But it's not like that anymore. It's okay. Now I have a nice sound system at home and a big enough TV that they could see it across the street. And from Mars. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. I'm going to get going. I'm feeling a little hungry. There's not much else to talk about. I don't know what else to say. Hold on a second. Oh, I got another PayPal. I don't know your other name. I'll just say Ed, if I could, just so I don't give your full name out. Thank you for the $3.18. $3.18. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much on PayPal of all places. I appreciate that comment too. Hold on. Let me see what else you said. I know it. I see. Oh, 333. I don't know why I can't get it right. Let me go back. Hold on. I want to see David. Thank you for that, by the way, guys. Thanks for help. All right, here's that article. I'm going to open it up. Do justice here tonight. I keep opening up the wrong thing like a schmohawk. Yes, I have this one. Guys, but I read this. I didn't read it. All right, I didn't read it. I just realized I didn't read it. I thought I did. Here we go. I still have the story open. Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. You did. I appreciate the the help. So newly released police logs and video footage contradict official explanations of a near collision between a UK police helicopter and an unidentified. Oh my God! Sorry, I just have intestinal fortitude issues. I take this medication. It's called famotidine or some formaldehyde. And it's an antacid. And I took it before the show. And usually in an hour, it really works. And that's what's going on with me. It's just breaking up acid and it's making me. All right. So there was a near miss. Aerial objects over a U.S. airbase last year, an encounter authorities had previously dismissed as a routine fighter jet sighting. According to documents in the Daily Mail obtained through Britain's Freedom of Information Act, the November 22, 24 flight forced a National Police Air Service NPAS EC-135 helicopter to take an emergency evasive action after reporting that two fast-moving craft targeted, quote-unquote, and pursued the aircraft over RAF Lakenheath, a major U.S. military installation in Suffolk. The pilots described a steep dive to avoid a crash as the objects matched their speed, roughly 190 miles an hour or 165 knots, for several minutes before disappearing from view. Nick Pope, who formerly investigated UFOs for Ministry of Defense, told Fox News Digital the episode shows how UAP have evolved from a fringe curiosity into a legitimate defense. The disturbing incident perfectly illustrates why the UAP issue has gone from fringe to mainstream, Pope said. Whatever people's beliefs, this is a serious safety of flight matter that demands urgent attention and action. Pope stressed that simply labeling such encounters drones can obscure what might be much more complex. Drone has become a convenient shorthand for anything unexplained that people see in the sky, he said. So we really don't know what we're dealing with here. Yes, that's what I said. Every drone now is a UFO. Yeah. Anyway, they had to perform an emergency dive and described that they were pursued in the dive by two drones who matched their speed and then pursued them for several minutes out of the area, one police entry states. That's cool. Another notes the pilots felt that the drones had targeted them and chased them off at approximately 161 miles an hour, 140 knots. Additional police reports between November 20th and 22nd recorded roughly 20 drone sightings across RAF Lakenheath, RAF Mildenhall, and RAF Feltwell. Logs described 10 to 15-inch drones. Is that what that's saying? 10 to 15 drones potentially into base airspace. That's such a weird way to write that. 10 to 15 drones potentially into base airspace, and said aircraft were temporarily grounded after crossing flight paths. So the drones were going in front of other craft. A witness using night vision goggles reported 5 to 6 drones near the A1065 highway, while another described large stationary things, tic-tacs, that are not birds. A UK military source who viewed the helicopter, a full 30 minutes infrared video, told the Daily Mail, and the footage shows drones mirroring the helicopter's movements and performing a corkscrew maneuver impossible for an F-15. In the 30-minute video with pilot audio, nobody mentions F-15s, the source said. They only talk about the drones, basically forcing them out of the area. Wow. Pretty wild. Pretty wild, guys. That's the article. That was good shit. So, do you think that is a civilian flying their drone, risking the lives of hundreds of people in airplanes. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that it's a civilian drone. What I will buy, that it is a drone that was possibly back engineered by, you know, those back engineering companies with the 3-letter organizations behind them. We got a lot of secrecy, and for a good reason. I don't mind it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the government keeping this a secret. Yeah, I want to know. But you can't tell just one person. They got to tell the world or nobody knows. How do we get the answers? How do we get the truth? How do we know what the truth is? Who do we go to for the truth? Where? There's no way aliens and humans could live together. The DNA, they're probably disgusting, slimy, like they think of us. Right? Look at those things. They call them humans. What is that? Why do the males have that thing on the outside of their body? That's not that's stupid. Chop that thing right off. All right, we'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you, moderators and super chatters, newcomers and veterans, for making tonight's show enjoyable in the chat room, keeping it safe and clean for those in between. We will see you on the next one. And remember, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. You ain't looking up if you ain't looking out for ufology. Ufology. We'll see you guys on the next one. Alien bless. Flip it on.
All right.
Spaceships parked next to our cars.